time for visitors from beyond. Here we are in Japan. And here's Professor Umon and Professor Saotome. And they're talking about Operation Overlord, which is a counter-offensive the Federation is putting to use against them. And they want Saotome's support. They want him to help with the Ghetto Robo. Yeah, Umon asks if that means they want the Ghetto Robo to take part, and Saotome here on the left says, doesn't stop at that. The Federation has also requested the cooperation of the Saotome Labs itself, as well as the Photon Power Lab, Umon's own institute, the Science Fortress Lab, and Metropolis. They just want all the Super Robot to help out. And this request even came from Koichiro Mizumaru, commander of the Federation Space Corps. And Umon, down the right, is familiar with that man, and from what Saotome's heard, is thinking of making a new special squadron with these mechs. And this group, formed around the Nahelagama and the Desco B, will be tasked with not only fighting the Giganos forces and executing Operation Overlord, but dealing with anything else that might pop up. And Umon understands, and he remembers how it was those ships' combined effort that paved the way to dealing with the Barm War and the Devil Gundam incident. And then they fought the Devil Empire, the Myconay Empire, and the Dinosaur Devil. Yeah, Dinosaur Demon and Myconay Empire. It was also all done. So Sato is planning on sending in his team as soon as the new Get is finished. And Umon agrees to help in any way he can. And then before Saotome hangs up though, Umon warns Saotome about the increasing number of UFO sightings. And Saotome would do well to be on guard. And he thanks him for the tip. And then he's going to go hang up. And now Umon thinks about the upcoming Operation Overlord in this new squadron. And he understands they must prepare themselves for the enemy X. But... And then Mr. Koji Kabuto shows up. And it's been a year since Umon's seen him, but the boy did make a quick stop by Japan 6 months ago, and he figured Ryoma, Akira, and everybody else needed help with their battles against the Dinosaur and Demon Empires. And the Mazinger Z went straight back to the museum after all that was done, though. Not a big problem, though, because Umon's quite impressed with Koji's TFO. Really well made, nice work. And he made that while studying in America. Granted, its shape made people at the nearby Shirakawa farm freak out, because they thought it was an actual UFO, but, you know. And Umon knows that Danbei has been excited recently over all the UFOs showing up, and that's why Koji's here, to hear more about the UFO sightings near the lab and the Tokyo Jupiter area. And Koji's interested in making contact with UFOs. He wants to make peace with the aliens, despite all the people who hate and fear them, right? And it's his understanding that the Earth of the future will need to build positive relationships with other planets, because he's a good, clean, wholesome boy. Umon makes a face, and he says it's not that easy to do, but Koji can see why. Humanity still finds itself fighting amongst itself, so how can they build bridges with other races? But we pulled it off with the bomb, so precedent's there, and he's not going to give up. And Umon's glad to hear that Koji Pudo is such a good boy, and he can only hope that any aliens we meet in the future will share his ideals of cooperation and friendship. And then here's Daisuke. He comes in with something to talk about with his dad. And Umon wants to introduce him to Koji first. He's one of the warriors that defeated Dr. Hell, the pilot of the Mazinger Z. And he defeated the Myconay. And Daisuke's like, alright, I don't care though. And Koji's like, wow, this guy, what the... Huh? Ignoring me, huh? What's this? And he's like, Daisuke, don't be rude. Koji's like, this is really important. He asks Umon if he's seen the moon. He's like, no, I haven't. It's only just started to rise over the horizon. He's like, wait, that's right, the moon's changed colour. It has, to blazing red. And, wait, the moon, the what? And it's like, yeah, the moon's gone red, and this is a sure sign that they are coming to attack. And Daisuke recommends that Umon warn the Federation. And Koji is like, wait, what the, who the, her, they, the Yatsu, those bad, what the dudes, huh? Wants to know who they are. But Daisuke says that he needs to he should keep out of this, because they are far worse than anything Koji fought in Mazinger Z. And before Koji has a chance to go, what the fuck you say, dude? Umon tells his son Daisuke to back the hell off. And he thinks that Koji must be tired from the trip and he should take a little rest. And Koji's like, yeah, sure. And he wonders what the hell is up with the professor's son. Why is he all weird? And then he goes to bed. And Daisuke, meanwhile, is in his own little world and he's like, oh, it's finally happening, but I I don't want to pilot that thing anymore. I can't stand the thought of doing it. Chapter 1. Visitors from Beyond. And here's Hikaru. And Daisuke meets her like, how are you doing, Hikaru? Brilliant. And they both got up early in the morning to feed the horses. Koji's hanging out in his fucking turtleneck. And he's impressed that Daisuke is already up and working. And no, he doesn't want to continue yesterday's debate. He says that Daisuke seems busy enough. And in that case, Daisuke figures he could put his free hand to use and help brush the horses down. And Koji's like, yeah, okay, but I want to ask you something first. And Daisuke's like, I ain't answering you though, dude. And then Hikaru's like, you guys, quit it! Don't spoil this fine morning with your bickering. I'll beat the shit out of you. And then, yeah, you want some? And then Koji's like, whoa, okay, calm down, jeez, okay, I'll drop it, it's fine. And then in turn he's like, jeez, good grief. Hikaru's so headstrong, even Sayaka would back down. And then Hikaru's like, you say something? He's like, no, not at all. And then she's like, fine. And then she turns to Daisuke and asks if he's seen her father. And he has, he's been on the roof all morning. And Hikaru's just like, oh, bet he's searching for UFOs again. Even after the scene he caused yesterday when he thought the TFO was one. And then there's her dad. He's weird, alright. He's Danbei. He's human-like. But, he waves her from above and she's like, stop wasting time with that instead of helping Daisuke with the horses. And he's like, what the? Wasting time? I'm the chairman of the Friends of ET Club. It's a very important mission to keep an eye out for the next alien race to show up. And he figures one's due to come up eventually, following the Barmians. And he's got like a little scarf and he's got a big cowboy hat on his back. He's got issues with his face. Yeah, he's got a weird look. Look at him. Yeah, you can see a better picture of him. But Koji is like, I agree. I feel exactly the same way about space people, about Chujin. And Danbei's like, see, smart kid, Koji, good boy. And Koji might be young, but he shows a lot of promise. And Danbei would hope from someone who built his own UFO. And Koji's like, it's not a UFO, it's a TFO. But he does like having Danbei's approval. But Danbei warns that it's not a free pass to get any ideas with his girl. And that means you too, Daisuke. And Daisuke's just like... And then Hikaru's like, shut up, get down off the roof and help clean the stables. And then he's like, no can do, because look at that over there. No time for romance, there's a UFO. There's a whole bunch of UFOs. And like, this is... And Daisuke apparently recognizes them, and Koji remembers seeing these in the database. And Danbei flips his shit off. And he's like, whoa, it's a UFO! Holy shit, a real life UFO, they've got wally moly! And Koji's like, I guess these are some of the ones that have been popping up across Japan. Well, now's the chance to make first contact. So, time to grab his TFO. Daisuke yells Koji, tells him to not go, that this foe is far beyond him. And Koji's like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? Do you know what these UFOs are? And then Daisuke's like, that's not important! And he tells Koji if he values his life, he'll stay away from him. And Koji's like, wow, geez, you one of those types? You think all aliens are monstrous invaders? Don't you know the truth about the Barm War? And he says he does. That Alban and Goroya used it as part of their plans. Had they not assassinated the old Barm leader, the war wouldn't have happened in the first place. Yeah, Koji says if they had not assassinated the guy in the first place, it wouldn't have happened. And Daisuke doesn't disagree with that, and he says these aliens are not the Barmians. And Koji shouldn't expect them to be willing to talk. Koji's like, you got no way of knowing that without trying, dude. And then Daisuke's like, no, you're the one that doesn't understand. Don't try and contact these things, dang it. And then Koji tells him to just fuck off with the attitude. And he's never been one to not do stuff just because people told him not to. So, off he goes. And Daisuke's like, this fucking moron. Ugh. And then Hikaru asks why Daisuke tried to stop Koji, and he stays quiet. And then he thinks yesterday's moon really was signaling their arrival, the Vegan Empire. And he says those demons have finally set their sights on Earth. Do I have no choice but to pilot it again? And then he thinks, no, I found happiness in this beautiful land. It's greenery. I never want to use that thing again. Meanwhile, he's like, alright, he's in the TFO in the air. And Danby's like, alright, Koji, make a good first impression. It's of utmost importance. He's like, sounds good, dude. So, he moves over to get close to the UFOs and talk to them. And he's like, howdy everybody, I'm from friggin' Earth. I'm Koji Kabuto. I'm a man from Earth. I'm an Earth thing. Do you want to have a chat? Please respond. Vegan vegans? No, vegans is in vagrant hair. And then they just move closer. He's like, oh, fellas. And then Duska's like, yo, dude, run! And then they start blowing Koji up. What the? And he gets blown far away. And it's like, whoa, Koji! It's like, whoa, hold up. And they attacked him. And he managed to get control again before he crashed, but he's still not happy these aliens are actual invaders. And Daisuke feels his hand being forced, and he's not happy. And he curses fate for stuffing him back into the cockpit. And then Hikaru's like, why are you looking so mad, dude? And he just takes a deep breath. And he tells her to take Danbei and run. And then, without another word, he's running off. And Koji's like, dang, what should I do? This sucks. And then Umon, Daisuke's dad, gets on the phone and tells him to get the hell out of there. And he's like, Professor Umon, you need to get the hell out of there. He's like, never, I've never run in my life, and I ain't gonna start now. And then Umon says, but your TFO's not a combat unit, you can't win this. And then Koji says that he's dealt with worse situations and he's gonna do it again. And then in the command UFO, Braki isn't impressed with the Earthling's flying saucer. He thinks it sucks and he's stupid. But more importantly, he needs to destroy the building that was gathering information about his forces, and that will truly signal the start of the planetary invasion. So here's Koji. He's unhittable because he's super small and has real high dodge and also S rank. So he's just really good, right? He's a super robot pilot in the world's dodgiest tiny boy. It's not a shit plane, it's a TFO. It's made of flying saucer. It's not a plane. Then our turn. And wait, are those guys going after the lab? This isn't good. If only it could be used. But for that to be possible, he needs to willingly choose to fight. Duke Fleed! Now we get the UFO song. Grendizer, go! Look at this little fella. Wait, what? Nanda? That's... Shoot in! Daiza, go! Daisuke. You alright, Koji? How do you know my name? Wait, never mind that. What robot is that? Who are you? And this is Duke. There's no time to explain. We need to destroy these right now. The hateful Grendizer. Blast you, Duke Fleed. You ran off to this planet, huh? Release the saucer beast. Those guys got some weapons like the Mecha Beasts and Battle Beasts too. Hear me, you fiends. The Grendizer is reborn, and it'll keep this beautiful green world out of your evil claws. Curses! Him being here wasn't in the plan. After return, report this to Commander Gandalf. Deal with him. Then he leaves. Hey, that guy ran away. Forget him, Koji. Focus on the problem at hand. Yeah, you got it. Here's Grendizer. And Duke Fleet's good. He's really good. He's Duke Fleet. And Grendizer's good too. And he can turn into flying saucer mode. And then he's flying around with his special trousers. Don't launch a missile. 5% chance to hit the dude who cannot dodge. I'm not cutting you any more slack if you're looking for a fight. You better not underestimate Koji Kabuto and his TFO. Yeah, missile, that's Koji's space hat. Screw crush a punch. And Duke has Mercy and Strike, and he's super terrible at dodging. But he's a Gunye from Charles Counterattack, Spike in Kawaii Up and all that jazz. But I'll not let you do this beautiful Earth what you did to Planet Fleed. So ladies, he must have been ahead of his time. Fall. Screw crusher punch. When he's flying mode, he can move further, and his moves are a little weaker and cheaper. And he can fly. And when he's not in UFO mode, he's stronger and ruder, but stuck on the ground and more expensive. And these aliens aren't voiced by guys who show this game like they were in Get the One. It's a duck with a spaceman helmet? I don't understand why you think it's a duck. I just do not understand. I don't know where this duck's coming from. Bing, 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 bing. And the beam. It's right there on the screen. It doesn't say duck, it says Duke. Duke. You've got a weird way of saying duck if it starts with a D sound. That looks like a ladybug, but he's in a big UFO. Missile launch. UFO version of Duke's robot looks like a duck. I don't know what. Have you ever seen a duck before? Have you ever seen a duck before? Can't be UFOs identified. It's actually the Spacer. Curses! I'm dying. Dun, 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 dun. Here comes the UFO beast. Dun, 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 dun. Spacer Drinetto. Yes, but yes, Spacer Dorinetto. Oh, Spacer Tornado. There you go. I got it in the end. You don't need to defend, my dude. I guess not necessary. See what you want to see? I mean, if your ducks look like flying saucers, I don't understand. But here's a weird turtle UFO. I'll defend it. Hand beam. Melt shower. Space thunder. Spacer tornado. So he just does all of the shit to him. Beats up that shitty UFO beast. It's nothing like no, I know. That's why I was so shocked when someone said that it did. Okay, yeah, you can repair that guy. Look at that, Koji Kabuto. You're doing it, my dude. Bonk. They're on the ground. Need more juice to do that move. Okay, so 4-300 versus 4 foot. Well, we should stick that one, shouldn't we? Handlobby. Space thunder. Yeah, like imagine if these guys had the regular amount of health, so they all died in one shot. They all died in one shot except for this guy who died in 2, to show off how crazy powerful Grendizer is. Instead of everything needing fucking 2 or 3, like everything needs 1 extra hit so far on the super route. But we beat the mini-fu. Hopefully I didn't have the mouse there all the time. Reminds you of a duck someone like just stretching its wings? I think your memories are bad. Yeah, it looks like that's the last of them. You alright, Koji? That voice, those eyes, are you? Alarm. No. Watch out, you two! Another flying object's approaching. More UFOs? Bonk. What the hell is that robot? And then, at least it doesn't seem to be from the Vega Empire. And then, this is where I detect ongoing combat, Major. What unit's that? Looks like a super robot, but... no match in our database. That said, I'm detecting an unknown energy signature coming from it. Is that why we came here rather than keeping going to the Sao Tome labs? Yes. Moreover, I believe that if we can make them get in contact with the Space Science Institute staff, we can consider the first objective to be met. How do you figure? The Institute shares a very deep connection with all the other super robot bases. That connection will eventually lead them to the Nahelagama and the Nesco B. Fine. How about we take some time to teach the Medius and I the terror of live combat? Terror? Do you not think it can be taught that? My child has no need for such things as emotions, is what I think. Whatever you say. By the way, are they in pursuit? Yes, should arrive any time now. There you are, Medius Locus. You hand that unit back right now. Fair warning, you've also been given permission to destroy it, so if you're thinking of using it as a shield, think again. Looks like he's recovered. They're not answering. What do we do, Hugo? Turn the safeties off. Without contacting that nearby lab? Yep, remember our unit's highly classified. Sure, but I don't think that means much if we started flying around in pursuit of the Medius. Whatever, just focus on managing our output. Garmraid won't be beating the Medius in a race. You need to bring it down here and now. I know that. They're engaging. We ready? Yes, initiating data collection. Fight as you will, Major. Drop the title. I'm not a soldier anymore. Very well. They're just in the T-engine's output. Ugh, it's not working. It won't leave the yellow. So I need to project the Medius' motions and... Again, let me handle the fighting. You just worry about the output. No way, I've got a job to do and I'll be doing it right. And then, this is our second time fighting the Medius, but our first actual battle. It's only natural she can't concentrate on the DFC. And then, mysterious lady. The control of the TE engine's output does not seem to be going too well. Both the unit, no surprise there. The main pilot's damaged goods and the sub-pilot's a novice. Indeed. Aqua Centrum. Is this really all you amount to? Ugh, what's going on here? This never happened in the simulator. Just leave it in the yellow zone. It's fine. I'm going in. Hold on a minute. Come then. You'll be fodder for the Medius. And now we've got the big boy. He's the big boy. The big boy. Thunder spinach. Okay, yeah, so here he has melee range moves, which are all things like rocket punches and I-beams, and it's where it uses your melee stat, as you would expect with the melee move, but it uses the target's terrain rating. Because normally melee uses your terrain. No, it uses the target's terrain. It's the opposite, yeah. So melee uses the target's terrain because you've got to go to them to punch them, right? So this move in the sea, against someone in the sea would be a B, even if we were on land or in the sky. But this one uses the opposite. So this would use your terrain rating if you shot something in the sea. So if you were in the land or the sky, it'd be A rather than C. But it's just a thing that's only in this game, as far as I'm aware. Okay, yeah, the melee half of the attack means it's affected by your stats and skills purely as a purely melee-based weapon, meaning your melee stat and skills, like in fight, are the only things that up the damage. The range half means it counts as a range attack in the accuracy calculation. Melee attack considers the target's terrain when calculating percent. Yeah, so if you're grounded, attack an aerial enemy, consider the air formula. A range attack however considers the attacker's own terrain. So in essence, if you're someone who's shit at punching and you rocket punch someone, like if you're shit at fighting things in the air but you rocket punch, then you're good. But there, I've got an estimate on its movements. Just shut up before you bite your tongue. Let's begin. Show 'em what the Garmraid can do. Eat this. Thunder spinach. Crush. And that move! Not bad at all. At the very least, they seem to be strong enough to face the Medius. There wouldn't be any point to this if they weren't. It can't be. What is it, Hugo? Nothing, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna say the Grendizer doesn't look silly, but it's a UFO with a dude sticking out of it. It's a flying saucer. Don't worry, Pat, you missed the point. It's okay, dude. Take this. Spinach. Do as you will. And then one's reacting against this. What's so funny? I think he just got his first taste of the terror of live combat, And it's not possible. Well, it doesn't matter. The mission's complete. We're retreating. Yes. And then... Ugh, damn it! What kind of speed is that? It's to be expected. The Medius is not equipped with the TE engine, so its energy output is stable. No point in talking about it now. We're going after it. And then beat... hold up, Hugo. We've received no orders. I don't even need to see him. It's to go after that thing ASAP, right? Actually, no, it's not. What are you talking about? The new orders are to join with the Japanese super robot and rendezvous with the Space Corps battleship Nahalagarma, all the while continue our pursuit of the Medius Locus. What is all this? They're essentially telling us to let the Medius go. Aqua, get in touch with that lab. If that order's legit, then they must also be receiving it. Okay. And then we get a Chobham armor for our free pickup boy and repair kit. And then back in the lab, here's Daisuke, and he realizes that he couldn't fool Koji because Koji's not an idiot. And he tells him that he is indeed the pilot of the Grendizer. And then Umon, his dad, says that Daisuke isn't his biological son. He's the prince of Planet Fleed in the Vega Nebula. He's a Duke Fleed. And his world was an advance one of science and peace until the dreadful King Vega decided to conquer the whole nebula. Innocents were slaughtered, the Greenland was consumed in flame, and within the burning palace, the Duke's parents and sister perished. And for Grendizer, it's the unit his dad built, embodying the total scientific knowledge of their world, as a defender of universal peace. But, unfortunately, Emperor Vega, King Vega, thinks it's fucking rad and he wants to use it as part of his galactic conquest. And he couldn't let it fall into the guy's hands, so he left Planet Fleed with it, and after a long voyage, he found Earth. And then it was by mere chance that Professor Umon found Duke half dead, shortly after he crash landed in the mountains of Japan. And Umon felt fate's hand at work in that encounter. And like there was a connection, and then they became a father and son thing 2 years ago. But Umon wants Koji to keep this a secret, so no further misunderstandings happen if other people find out about Daisuke's origin and him being like a weird alien. And he will, but they got bigger problems to worry about. The Emperor Vega, King Vega, never lets his prey escape, and that prey is now Earth. And it's certain he will send his men to attack this planet again. And from what Umon's receiving, it appears the Sao Tome lab was also attacked by troops about the same time that we were. Unfortunately, details are sketchy, so he doesn't know about the Geta team. The lab itself is safe though, and Koji's certain that everybody's all fine, because they're good boys. But Daisuke sees this isn't just our problem, and Umon says to deal with problems like this, that the Federation wants to make a new special squadron. And he tells them that they're going to be an independent squad with the Nahalagarma as one of its flagships, and that should be landing in Japan pretty soon. And Koji's heard of it. The mothership of the Gundam team played a huge part in bringing them to the Neo-Zeon conflict. The only difference is they're bringing in more than just Gundams. Daisuke asked if they need to join the Federation Army if they want to help, but nope, it was arranged for them to be just civilian support. And Koji's fine with that. It will help us keep Earth from falling to the Vegan Empire. Not that they can afford to ignore Giganos or Tokyo Jupiter either. And then Umon apologises for getting Koji brought back to the battlefield, but he doesn't care. He was planning on doing so when he got back to Japan anyway. He's going to fight all the bad dudes. And Daisuke is quiet, and he's thinking about rumours that he heard while travelling in space, that the Vegans may not be the only alien group with an interest in the Earth. And then Koji was like, hey Daisuke, hey dude. But Daisuke's like, no, I can't run from my fate now that I've chosen to pilot the Grendizer again. And this planet is his second home, so he's also coming along with. And two of them are going to head to Sao Tome Labs. And they won't do so alone because Hugh and Aqua are here. So they introduce themselves. And Koji doesn't need to introduce himself because Aqua is well aware of Koji Kabuto's deal with the Mazen Gazette pilot, and he's been in the news a lot. Hugo says at the very least Koji's pretty famous among those who work in developing super robot and related technology, and Koji's like, oh wow, gets all shy, and Uman asks if they're willing to share details of their assignment, and Aqua says sure, and she says their superiors have given him permission, so Aqua tells him about the Garmraid. It's a humanoid weapon powered by Terminus Energy, developed by the Federation's Center project. It's properly referred to as a TE absorber, and then what the heck's Terminus Energy? And it's a previously theoretical form of energy discovered by Metal Zapat that exists outside the four fundamental interactions in nature, you know, gravitation, electromagnetism, strong nuclear and weak nuclear. And Koji's heard of this during his studies in the US, but he understands it's hard to collect and control. And it's said that it's everywhere, and so that means the Garmraid can run indefinitely if it's using it. And Aqua says, unfortunately no. The TE engine is still undergoing adjustments and its output is a little unstable. So various auxiliary electric power sources have to be used as well, and Aqua has to always be aboard to keep everything under control. And then Koji says, so, is that why you wear the swimsuit? And she's like, yeah, it is. And she says it's part of the direct feeling control system, which needs skin contact to work. Daisuke asks about the black unit we were chasing, and Hugo tells them all about the Medius Locus, which is another prototype that was being developed, and it doesn't have a T engine, but in its place the thing had its frame and armour built out of Lasmananium, which is a new element also discovered by Metal, and it's a metal with self-regenerative properties. And Uman takes a potentially endless energy source and pairs it with a self-healing element, and asks if the ultimate goal of the Center Project is to develop weapons that can function and last forever, without any maintenance. And Aqua confirms, but again, the Garmraid and Medius are prototypes, still a long way from success, and one of said prototypes has now been stolen. And then Aqua says again that the Medius' Lasmananium can't be allowed to be misused, as they repeat a smaller scale version of the Devil Gundam incident. And then Koji's like, holy shit, the Devil Gundam thing jacked the Neo-Japan colony a year ago, not Neo-Japan. Uman's worried, and he asks if the Lasmananium has the same property as DG cells. And thankfully, no, it was developed carefully so it lacked those self-evolving and self-replicating properties. But if someone were to modify it. And that's why we need to get the Medius back. And with that in mind, Koji wonders why they're not off chasing it right now. And so Hugo tells them their orders are accompany them to the Nihilagama and just keep an eye out for it. And there's obviously more political bullshit in the background that they don't know about, but nothing certain. But Daisuke, Uman and Koji have no objections to them coming along. First order of business is getting to Sao Tome Labs and joining up with the Geta team. And from there they'll head back to the ship. So Aqua's like, come on Hugo. So Hugo's like, come on Aqua, we gotta go. And she's like, what the heck Hugo, what the heck? But she's like, okay, sorry, we'll be ready to leave in a minute. And then Daisuke says goodbye to his father, and he asks him to be careful. And he and Koji go away. And then, oh, hold on, Hugo, what are you in such a hurry for? Those orders really are just too weird. Huh? Why do we need to join with the Nihilagama? If we do that, it'll only increase our chances of getting pulled into other fights. There's absolutely no guarantee that the Medius will cross our path. And on top of that, the ease with which our assignment was changed bothers me. It's pretty clear that there's stuff going on behind the scenes. And then, Aqua, yes, to say nothing of the fact that how easily it was stolen. I don't suppose we'd be wrong in saying that someone within the Center Project behind all this. You think it's Professor Zapat? Maybe, but then I don't know why only the Medius was stolen. If his plan was to sell it to another organisation, he would have taken the Garmraid as well. True, anyone who wants to reap the fruits of the Center Project will need both the TE engine and Lasmananium. Or does the Medius actually have functions we don't know about? And then the moves the Medius did today, I remember them well. But it can't be. He couldn't be back. And then, at the Skull Moon base, here's Gandalf. And Bracky's just finished telling him about Duke Fleed. And there's Bracky telling him. And furthermore, the commander isn't too happy with his underling for turning tail and running at the sight of him. But Bracky is like, but I needed to bring this information to you as quickly as I could. But then this mysterious man Steps in, tells him he's a fucking wimp. And it's Balindos. And he's just returned from his mission on Earth, where he went to make mincemeat out of some red robot. And unlike some incompetent folks, and Becky's like, but with that in mind, Gandalf gives him the job of eliminating the Grendizer. So Brecky's like, but that's my job. And Balindos tells him to sit down and shut the fuck up, and help get Gandalf get the Skull Moon base set up. Meanwhile, he's gonna go claim Duke Fleet's head. And Gandalf is eager to behold the might of the captain of King Vega's royal guards. It's fucking aliens. Yeah, and like Bruno said, it's just not the same without Butcher hamming it up.